Welcome back to another edition of Wrenches in Motion, where if it ain't broke, I ain't buying it. And today, it's going to be broke, alright. We're driving 2.5 hours up to Ashland, Virginia to pick up a Mazda B3000. No engine, no trans. It's pretty broke. So, if you take a look, it also has no wheels and tires, so we had to go buy a set of wheels and tires. And we got the Dirty Max and the open trailer this time. So stay tuned, it's going to be an adventure. Well, the truck is here. Let us take a look at this pile. Alright, some of the things we notice: cladding, a dent there, and a quarter. The rocker panel's got some dent. That piece is actually on. Frame's got a little bit more rust than I'd like, but it's not dangerous yet, so we're okay there. Missing the lower piece of the bumper in the front. That's just a little rubber piece. Looks like that might be... Now what's up with that? That's on. That's pretty good. This door is a little wavy. I think the Ranger door is probably the same exact thing, so I might just take a Ranger door and slap on there. This right back here, the bed's got a little thing. I might be able to pull that back out. Let's jump up here, shall we? So, included with the sale, here's the front piece of the front bumper. Oil pan, 3-liter motor, which obviously is no good. Intake, looks like we've got some injectors up there. Radiator, fan shroud, wire harness, alternator. I think I'm going to have to change the wire harness though. Whew, that's hot. I don't know if the radiator's any good. Looks like it might be. Had these for the auto trans fittings. I don't know why they took those out. Oh, this is missing these too. How about that? Obviously the paint's not much good. And let's take a look inside. Inside looks like we've got the Bluetooth seat bolts. Factory radio. Doorknob or something. Oh, that's the spinner knob. Alright, the console's missing. Interesting. Stuff in the glove box includes a deer, I guess? Maybe a bobblehead deer. Elysium, the stuff for smokers. No owner's manual, that would have been nice. Windshield's not cracked. Let me get to the other side. Alright, so under the hood we've got an AC compressor, power steering. The drive shaft was cut. I'm not real happy about that. Transmission lines are cut. Once again, not happy about that. But there's the ECU. We'll pull the other one out, put the whole wiring harness and put on. Doesn't look too terribly bad. Is the thing even bolted in? One bolt there, 2 bolts there. But it's not straight, of course. Why would the lines line up? It fell off the trailer. Let you get inside here. 166,000 miles on the truck. Not bad. It's got a tack, which is nice. 4-wheel drive switch. Radio, guarantee this is broke. And look at these. Yeah, I don't even know. Ugh. Yeah, so I may need a whole new steering wheel with the controls. And if you take a look, I don't know if you can see, but look at the headliner. It's in one piece and not sagging anywhere. That's got to be a rarity in itself. And it looks like we got some paperwork. All right, so we did a little power washing, and it looks a whole lot better than it did before. And one thing I can say for sure is that the frame wasn't rusted. It was just caked in dirt. So got the power washer in there, and yeah, there's just a little bit of surface rust on the frame, but most of it was just caked on dirt. So I'm real happy about that. What I'm not happy about is the fact that that engine and trans over there in that green one is a two-wheel drive, so I cannot use the transmission, and no transfer case, so I have to buy a transfer case. Oh, what am I gonna do? So anyway, that's where we're at this very moment. Good morning, welcome to another edition of Wrenches in Motion, and today we are in upstate New York, and we're here in New York to go buy a truck. So you'll see that in a second, but what I wanted to show you was we had a little issue on the way up. When I would hit a certain speed, the trailer would start vibrating like crazy. So nobody would change a tire. Tried to do it myself, couldn't do it. I've got 3 bearings that are loose. I've got to tighten all the bearings. So instead of messing around, I borrowed my buddy Jason's trailer, and this is what we're gonna use to go get the next project. Okay, so we got the Ranger home. Made it on the trailer. We're about to back it off. I knew this was crunchy. I didn't think it was this crunchy. So that whole rocker maybe. Cab corner's crunchy. Looks like the bottom of the door. Oh, that's flapping. But if it's gonna be a plow truck, then none of that matters. Who cares about rust? One thing I noticed when we once we got it here, looks like the vapor for the fuel tank fell out. This whole part of the frame here is all kinds of crunchy, so we'll just rip that off. We are gonna have to zip tie that up or something like that. And on the inside, before we get too crazy, oh, this rocker here too. Oh man. Okay, and cab corner obviously. Inside you got the standard mold. Seat looks good, and steering wheel. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna wipe this down real quick. Here's a quick glimpse under the hood before we push it off the trailer. You know, they got all the tree stuff. At least the ground's on. Oh yeah, we've had some activity under here. And definitely some activity over here. So they said when they threw a battery in it, nothing happened. So we're gonna throw a battery in it, at least roll the windows down, see if we can get some airflow in there. And then try to crank it over a couple times, just to see what it does. Okay, so the windows go down. And if you try to start it, all you hear is what? Couple little pops, but oil pressure's good, so that's a plus. I did clean up the door panels a little bit. So next thing on the agenda is to, oh man, smell all that gas. I bet it's not building fuel pressure. I'll bet it's spraying gas somewhere, because I can surely smell it. If that's the case, it definitely won't pop over. So I'm going to get a shovel and I'm going to scrape all this junk out of here and then power wash the bed, which should be in really good shape considering it's got the plastic bed liner in it. Underneath is kind of rusted, but up here looks pretty good. And then get the foam cannon and let's do some magic. Well, we got it washed up and it didn't come out too bad. So obviously the tailgate's hosed. Not only is it hosed, but the mechanism to open it is broke, so I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Maybe just cut it out since the tailgate's bad anyway. The bed is actually not too bad. A few scuffs, we can fix that. Interior wise, I didn't do a whole lot, like hardly anything at all, but we got the center caps for the wheels. We got 2 brand new rotors. The seats are actually in good shape. You can see the dome light works. We did have it running via ether, and what I can tell you is that the head gasket's definitely blown. We had it running for about 15 seconds, and then you could hear the overflow gurgling, and you could also just watch the bubbles pour into it. So obviously bad head gaskets, one if not both. The frame is actually in worse shape than I thought once I got under there and started looking. So I don't believe we're going to be able to save this one. So you may be wondering what happened to the trucks that I bought. Well, the Black Ranger, I cleaned it up and had it sitting in the driveway, and I had a few people stop by asking if it was for sale, which it wasn't at the time. And thought about it for a second. I looked at the frame, looked at everything, and decided it really wasn't for me. It was going to be too much. So I put a for sale sign in it, and it only took 3 days to sell it for what I bought it for. So no loss. I needed to go up to New York anyway. The green Mazda B3000, I was looking at that also, and with no transfer case, I didn't know which one it had because there's 2 different ones. No motor, no trans. The engine I have won't work. So I took the sliding rear window out, the headliner out, and the CD radio out for the Gold Ranger, and sold it for parts, and actually made a little bit of money on that one, which, you know, it doesn't really matter. But that's what happened to the 2 trucks. Now I'm looking for the next project. If you enjoy these videos, like, share, subscribe, do whatever you like, and I'll talk to you next time.